Hi, I'm Genesis, and today we're not cooking. We're not cooking, we're not baking, we're in a new setting. We're with my absolute favorite human on planet Earth. I love you. This is my very dear sister friend. I was like, we're like
lifelong sisters.
We're absolutely. We've been friends for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Dear sweet angel of a friend, Valeska.
Aww.
Yes, are you kidding me? I love you. There's no other introduction.
I love Jen so much, so it's such an honor to be on the famous.
I mean, sure.
Legendary.
Oh. Sure.
My favorite thing to watch on a Sunday, honestly, I literally get a cup of tea and I watch your videos.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I put it on the TV.
No, on the TV. Yes, this is Valeska. I absolutely love her the most.
I love you, Jen, so much.
I love you so much. We just did a video for her. We talked about our friendship and how long we've been friends, but let's try and do a condensed version. So a condensed version of our friendship is that I saw her once in passing in middle school.
Never knew this till today.
Until today, yeah. We story on her channel. So I met her in passing in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
We did not have a chat. And then we met in high school through my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, and we were in choir together, and then
you and him were in choir together.
Oh, yeah, yes.
I cannot sing for the life of me.
Right. Anyway,
so we met through my ex-boyfriend. We stayed obviously friends. We went to the same college. And everything. We grew closer.
Yeah, and we would get the occasional brunch together, catch up.
We would.
Yeah.
I know. Oh yes. By the way, we're both fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
But 2 week period.
Double shot Pfizer, baby.
So we've been cautious. We haven't seen each other this close since last year.
Yeah.
And it's our first time having an outdoor brunch together at a restaurant and everything, and we feel great.
Yes.
About it. Okay.
I feel like we were also to talk about and we mentioned this in the video on my channel, but that for us our friendship really flourished in quarantine. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't let you finish.
No, please, no.
But I feel like it flourished, and I think both of us were really cautious and for different health reasons, for different personal reasons, and so the fact of us getting to see each other sitting this close, hugging for the first time in over 14 or 15 months.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think I saw you right around the time of shutdown last year.
No.
Because I think I went to Hawaii at that time because I flew back March, the first week of March.
Yeah. We just didn't have plans because we figured life would.
Yeah, we were we'll catch up when I get back.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. And it's so it has been a really great feeling that we're kind of so aligned in a lot of stuff, but also just the fact that we were so cautious forever.
Yeah.
And just now we did it. We're only hanging out with vaccinated people pretty much, and we're kind of in love. Yeah,
we absolutely align with each other on more levels than I think we know.
Yeah, and I think that was the beautiful thing about quarantine is we'd FaceTime or we'd have very socially distant things in my backyard, masked up, and it was great, because we would just talk about life, and we've just realized we have so many things in common. We also support each other in so many ways, and I just feel like it's just truly, we're each other's biggest cheerleader.
Yeah. Yes, so essentially I think I said this already, we've been friends for 10 years, it's been amazing, because we've been able to watch each other grow and go through experiences together, honestly, and just help each other out. So I think, going into what the topic of this video is getting out of funks, because we've been through our fair share of funks, whether that be relationship funks or job funks, school funks. I remember this conversation we had. I don't know if you remember this, but we both went to the same college, by the way. I went to community college for 3 years, and then she thrived and went straight into university because she's amazing.
Yes, you're beautiful.
We're in love. I always say that I did community college because I needed that discipline. That was like a stepping stone for me. And I was...
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you knew me this deeply in high school, but I lacked discipline in high school, and I just could not be like I wasn't.
Would never guess that.
Yeah, no, I just wasn't linear in terms of like studies. Like I've always been like independent and mature, but in terms of discipline and studying, never had it. So going into community college, my first year, I was like, this is like high school, except I get to leave whenever I want, and that was not the case. Obviously, it's preparing you to get into a university, and that's why I took community college for 3 years, and then I went to CSUN, transferred, finished my 2 years, and then got my bachelor's and dipped out. And I remember we had a conversation, since I was always 1 year ahead of you. You came to me with the concern of like, Jen, I might finish in 5 years.
Oh, yes.
Yes. You were like, what do I do? Because I could try and do it in 4.5 years, or I could try and not take this class or not do this opportunity and finish in 4 years or whatever. And I'm glad that you didn't.
I did it in 4.5.
Right, but I'm saying I'm glad that you didn't push yourself to finish in 4 years, because I feel like you would have missed a lot of amazing opportunities for growth and professional.
Well, and okay, so the other thing, right, so talking about the growth that, and you kind of helped push me, I wouldn't have been able to get the
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have been able to get the second minor, because I did 2 minors.
Oh.
I graduated with like 160 credits.
Jesus. Huge flex. Okay.
No, but like to the point of the flex of being like so many fucking extra credits.
Yeah.
And then I took summer classes the entire way through.
After a certain point I stopped because I just wanted my time back.
Exhausting.
100%. It was so exhausting because like we talked about this on Valeska's video, that we were both basically working full time and school full time. So our last year and a half, 2 years of college.
Yeah.
So it was wildly exhausting. That's why I didn't take summer classes, but I think I ended up actually taking winter classes because they were a little bit shorter.
You also took internships, which I feel like so.
I did. Yes.
Check out my video for our internship brand.
Yeah, we go way deeper into internships over there. But
yeah.
But yeah.
So to I guess to get into the funk, what is the most recent one for you?
The job search.
Yeah.
The job search has been wildly hard, and it's because of like, it's so hard to get through tons of rounds of interviews just for them to be like, oh my gosh, amazing, yeah, totally, we love you, we get that, isn't that? And then it is, now I've realized it's nice if they even email you or call you, not call, more email, that they've hired someone else for the position. But then being left in the dark is really, really discouraging and really hard, because after so many no's, you're just kind of like, well, is this even a place that I should be in? Is this even like, am I even on the right path? Am I within the right field? And it's really frustrating because you just want to grow. Like you just want to experience more and grow professionally. And at some point it almost felt like I would ask myself, why are they not giving me the opportunity? Like some people, remember I had an interview, and then the woman canceled on me before she even got to interview me. You remember that? I think it was on a Monday, and she called me Thursday that she didn't even want to interview me anymore. And that really frustrated me because I was like, she didn't even want to get to know me. She just fully hired somebody else and didn't even want to talk to me. Yeah. But at the same time, like, we talked about this once, and, you know, that I think this is tip number 1, I guess, to getting out of a funk or preventing getting into a funk is just to not take it personally, because they've never met me. They don't know my personality. They've read my resume. Maybe it doesn't line up with what they're looking for, and at the end of the day, that opportunity, that position probably wasn't good for me anyway. If they don't think it's right for me, probably wasn't. Yeah,
and that's what we talked about that in the manifesting section of the other video. And I think on my end, for having the first full-time job that I did, being in the pandemic, working from home, trying to create a routine, it was really challenging for my mental health. And like I remember calling you and just being like, I am just not happy.
We had a lot of wine and FaceTime calls in the beginning.
Yeah, it was just, it was like, you know, it was overwhelming. I think, you know, being in the industry that I was, specifically within like that sector of the industry, and it just, I just, you know, I kind of felt like know, it wasn't moving. I felt kind of scared that, everyone did, like scared what was happening. You work in the industry, you were like, everyone was losing their jobs. And, not intentional from the industry, but just because of the circumstances.
Yeah.
So that was putting me in a funk. And this year I really found the importance of movement and meditation and daily movement. I was a competitive swimmer in high school.
You were?
Yeah.
I remember you.
I did that, and I was really active, and the other thing in high school and college, you're walking all the time. Like you're physically, you're walking from
moving.
And you work on a 9 to 5. You sit all day in your one place, and especially at home, like you're sitting all day. And it really started to just affect my physical health and therefore my mental health. And so some sort of movement, and usually it's like an evening walk, that has helped really keep my mental capacity just so much wider, and just like I just feel open to now have more energy to be a good partner, to be a good friend, to, be a good dog mom. Like, it just, the capacity for that feels a lot more substantial with, I use the Headspace meditation app. And also, like, if you want the 10 free, like, things, go watch the Netflix series, because that is with Andy's Chef's Kiss.
Yeah.
I like guided meditations, too. I know everyone's different.
I've never meditated. I've tried.
Oh my god, we should do it together today.
We can absolutely try it. I tried once, and I'm terrible because I know that I listened to a podcast called Happiness Lab. Highly, highly recommend. And there was an episode where she talked about meditation too, and it's different for everyone. Because I feel like the typical meditation that people do is, or think of when it's like a beginner's meditation, is like sitting in like a quiet space, legs crisscrossed, eyes closed, like just kind of letting your thoughts wander or whatever.
Yeah.
So I tried to do that at first, and I completely unguided meditation. And I just tried to sit down in like my room in my bed with like my thoughts, and I was just like, hello? Like my thoughts weren't going anywhere. And to be completely transparent, I don't suffer from invasive thoughts, and I never have, luckily, and I've never been at a point where I've been so desperate to try and get thoughts out of my head. That's never been an issue for me. So, but I recognize that that's an issue for so many other people. So I think that's one of the reasons why I tried meditation and it didn't work for me, because maybe I didn't need it, or I don't need it, or I'm not sure, but I'm open to trying different forms of meditation.
Yeah, and I think when it's like, we talked about therapy. Like, therapy is like tune-ups. When you're supposed to go in when you don't have anything to talk about. That's just like therapy to me. Like, meditation is, you talk about it, like, you go in when you have nothing to talk about, because then you start to go into the deeper psyche stuff. And for me, not every meditation is great. Some days are great. Some days I am thinking about multiple things, and I just can't focus, and I can't do the instructions that are given, and just get into that space where I know I just get into a calm. A lot of the times the meditation will like put me into, like, I fall asleep.
I've heard of that happening.
And it's like, it's like me going to Tatum for a facial, like any facial.
You
fall
out.
asleep?
I did for a second.
I like jumped because she put the hot towel on me.
Shout out to
so Tatum,
please. Oh my
Daydream
god.
Skincare.
If you need, we're gonna link her in the description, bio description.
So amazing.
Yes, if you're in the valley, even if you're not in the valley,
I literally drive.
Yes, that's true. You're not in the valley, and you have to. I love you the most, Tatum. You're so amazing, and she's
so great.
She's so helpful also with like recommending skincare even after the facial is over.
Shout out to Tatum.
Shout out to you, Tatum. And actually, jumping off of that, self-care is amazing for getting out of a funk.
What's your self-care routine?
So mine has changed over the last few months, even. Self-care. Yeah, I think at the beginning when I first heard of the term like self-care, for me it was like face masks and like taking long hot showers with like eucalyptus inside of your shower or whatever. Very, very, very acceptable. Yeah, because I think that that's how we're all kind of introduced to the idea of self-care. And if that's what self-care is for you, please, don't let me tell you not to do that. But my version of self-care takes many forms. At the beginning of quarantine, it was a lot of painting. Like, I was like obnoxiously painting all the time.
You did a
painting.
socially distant hang. Mm-hmm. We had a painting.
Yeah.
With the crew.
That was a lot of fun. With the crew meaning 2 other people, not like a...
Right, or a family.
Yeah. Yeah, self-care. No, it's fine. Self-care. Yeah, so I was painting a lot, cooking a lot, baking a lot. But I think now my form of self-care has kind of, like you talked about movement. I go on hikes all the time. Now I do
killing it.
Thank you so much.
You look so good. You look so... Jen is like my inspiration for like just movement and activity, and like I think for us as women it's really, especially growing up in LA, I don't know if you feel this, but just
100%.
I've
deleted my Instagram app more times than I can count.
Really?
It's embarrassing. 100%.
I've never deleted it.
I can't do it. So sometimes, to be fair, like I think I'm a very strong person, but sometimes you just get into these funks, and either it's people's success or their bodies or what they do have or what they don't have or whatever you think they do or don't have, it just kind of gets to you, and it's no one's fault. It's not even my fault. It's not even their fault. It's just like my mood kind of crashes and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna remove the app from my phone. I don't need to see that.
Have you ever struggled with body dysmorphia?
100%.
Yes,
I think actually it's only ever started for me recently because I lost the weight. Because remember I told you, but then I lost weight very rapidly, and that was super weird for me because my clothes just didn't fit right anymore, and I just like, it was so strange because I didn't feel like me, and looking in the mirror just didn't look right to me anymore, and luckily that happened back in like January, February, so it was the beginning of the year, and so luckily now we're in the end of April. I was telling you even today, like I've gotten so much more comfortable with myself and been
so good.
Thank you. And I think it's because I decided to be positive about it and turn it into something good, where like you talked about, movement is very important, especially when you're inside all day. Going out and taking a 30-minute hike. I love moving daily as much as I can. I never try and set goals for myself and be like, okay, I have to, oh my god, so here's actually something else. We're kind of getting off topic of funks, but I think it's important to talk about with movement. But when I was listening to that podcast I listened to, the Happiness Lab, they talked about how this one woman bought a Fitbit for herself because she loves running, and her intention was to just kind of keep track of like how many miles she ran. But then she realized that it was turning into a competition with herself, and like, how many miles can I run? How many calories can I burn? And sort of it became like counting calories and stuff like that. And that's something I've never done and will never do because I think it's so harmful. So in terms of daily movement, I will wear my Fitbit sometimes because I wanted to see in terms of like a distance how much I hike or run, but I've never ever checked calories and been like, oh, how many did I eat today? How many is this burning off? Should I do a whole second run or whatever? I only did a second run on purpose that one day that I lost my AirPods case on the hiking trail.
Oh my god, amazing. Dude, what you just said about like the calorie
stuff.
I like did it in like middle school because, so here's the problem. So the best friend that I had, and I think you know this person, but like who had this severe eating disorder was doing it, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna try it.
Sure.
And it was just like, I like dabbled with it and I could feel it of just like, this is not healthy. I'm seeing this of somebody who's doing this in a very unhealthy way. And you know, you go to the gym at CSUN or whatever, and it's right there on there, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, but I still continue to feel like I need to eat whatever feels good. So the calorie counting for sure is like calorie counting in my mind just feels like a slippery slope going into.
It's terrible.
But and I think all of us, you know, struggle with our own body dysmorphia, but it's just because my thing is like at the end of the road, if you don't do and take care of yourself, what for us is like SPF or like whatever it is, your skin will, you know. Aside for your mom, who's like a magic
My
magician.
mom is
Pons.
beautiful.
Miha.
I know. Miha, usal pons. I'm just like, Mommy, I tried. I tried, Mommy.
Oh my god. Well, I think movement is an amazing thing. We both love facials.
Yes.
I love my facialist. We love our facialist.
Our facialist. We share a facialist.
Um,
God, could we be more
We're so
literally
obsessed.
each other? Yeah.
I love lavender. I love having plants in my office. Sunlight.
Oh, amazing.
You know?
Yeah.
Just a little vitamin D. I love the
Absolutely.
beach.
I don't. That's where we differ. But
Yeah.
I love the beach at certain times of
You
day.
had a fun time at the beach
I had an absolute amazing time because I didn't go inside the water. And there was no funky smell at the beach near your
Yeah,
house.
usually it's...
Malibu's terrible. Anyway, yeah, to kind of round this out, self-care, just kind of finding your own self-care and doing what works for you is really important, whether that be painting, facials, hiking, meditation, cooking, baking,
Playing music, listening to
creating,
music,
you know?
going on walks with your podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Just find something that works for you, and I assure you, like, it'll just make you a better person. You'll just kind of grow within yourself, and it's a really good experience. Thank you for having this conversation, because we have conversations like this all the time, but we thought it would be fun to just like share them, because I get so much insight from you, and I feel like every time I leave a conversation we have, I grow a little bit more. So
I learned so much
share.
about you too, and I feel like you're just a beautiful onion. Like, but not a smelly onion. What is another, like,
I was
you're
trying,
like a flower.
I immediately thought of that Shrek, like you know, he's like, I'm an onion. Yeah. Anyway.
You're like a flower. You like just continue to like just open up your petals, and your petals are more and more beautiful each
Oh
time.
my gosh.
That's how I feel about my
you.
friendship with Jen. So gorgeous.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for letting me be with you literally all day.
Oh my god, I
love
can't
you
wait
so
for dinner
much.
together.
Same, yeah, we're gonna go have dinner. So thank you for watching. Love you the most. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you the
Make
most.
sure to like and subscribe.
To Valeska, because she's the best.
Oh my
ever.
god, and
I'm
like
gonna
this
leave-
video.
No, and we're gonna leave all of her links in the description. She's the most amazing boss woman I've ever met in my life. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Hopefully we will see you soon together, and yeah, huge kisses.
Bye.
Bye.